Alrighty, what is up guys? Wanted to give you a Bitcoin and Ethereum update here. The first thing that comes to my attention that we obviously need to look at here is your 3-week green dot right here. So this is obviously what marked the bottom here in February 2019 and also in March 2015. Not the exact bottom, but I mean the area where you were basically home free both of these times. The thing here is obviously it confirms in 10 days. Anybody who's really bullish right now, who really wants to get in, I would never financial advice, but wait till it confirms, because obviously you didn't miss out much on here. And also you did not miss out much. You actually would have got a better price in if you waited till it confirmed there. So that's what we want to look at. The other thing though is you're printing rare bearish signs at the same time. Like on the weekly here, you're printing rare bearish signs like this yellow X. So this could kind of just overpower the 3-week. Maybe this goes away, it doesn't confirm, and then we capitulate downward, and then it confirms after, comes back, confirms after. That would be the bottom in, it could be a few months from now. That could probably even be November. It's a big time frame, the 3-week. So that's what we got to worry about. You were not, you didn't have yellow X's on the weekly, back here in these bottoms. You did have yellow X's, kind of like what we're saying. This would be more the bullish case that we bottomed out. You did have some yellow X's on, I believe it was the 10-day. Right around here. So if it's like that, then we have bottomed out. But with the Fed, with everything, I don't know. Maybe there's a possibility for Bitcoin to outperform the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 while they continue to come down. It comes back up. That's almost too good to be true. It feels like there is that possibility. Maybe it acts more like gold. We'll see. But I'm not entirely convinced. I still think we got to worry more about, especially 7-day printing the yellow X. And the weekly printing the yellow X before we get too ahead of ourselves here with the 3-week green dot. That's what I want to say. Latest I've been going short on ETH and a bunch of altcoins. Those are some trades in my exclusive Discord. The ETH trade added to that, hit its first take profit, so I added to that risk free. So it's been doing pretty well right now. Given that Bitcoin dominance is looking pretty bullish right now, we'll look at it here. I mean, weekly confirmed green dot. 10-day curving up with the VWAP right here, about to print a green dot. So yeah, I mean, it's looking more bullish. So I would say if you're going to be going long in anything, go long in Bitcoin. If you're going to be going short, go short in altcoins. That would make the most sense because we're hitting such a major point right here. If we have already bottomed out, Bitcoin dominance will probably continue to rise. Even then, it'll probably be a Bitcoin-led rally. If we haven't bottomed out, which I think is the most likely scenario, probably 70% at least probability of that, Bitcoin dominance is going to come up as everything comes down, similar to maybe summer of 2021, basically kind of this area. We may see something like this and come all the way back up to these areas, and then that's where you want to look for a potential bottom. That's where you really want to look for a potential bottom. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, going long or short. Anything could happen, but kind of just what I'm looking at in terms of my trades. Moving on to some of these lower time frames here, what could happen in the shorter term a little bit. You do have head and shoulders, kind of forming on your daily, your 2-day, really more on the 2-day. Technical target for this would probably be around 15K, which is a pretty big area. We do have a lot of big, support and resistance points. If the 300 weekly moving average, which is at the bottom spiral line, the bottom linear spiral line, let's turn this on, the bottom linear spiral line right here, about 17K. If it's like the 200 one, it's not going to mean much. It'll just go right through. You do have after that, you do have 15K right here. I feel like is kind of a big point, high 14s. You may get a bounce there, and then after that, you have your 400 weekly moving average. Let's do that one right about there. 400 weekly moving average, 13K. So that could be a decent point as well. And then that could be a bottom, 13K is a big area, 400 weekly moving average. After that, you're kind of 10 to 12K. So those are big areas to look for. You do start hitting a lot more, support once you get down to these areas, which is a good thing. So yeah. Moving on, kind of lower time frames here. You do have the 12-hour, bullish div printing right now. That's a nice bullish div from, kind of this point to that point right there. Making lower lows while momentum's coming up. Confirms in 6 hours. Yeah, for LXs, this does look like a pretty bullish time frame. What I think could happen is we could be kind of sideways bullish, bounce around here a little bit into the weekend because we've been so kind of volatile lately. Just bounce around, get a little bit boring into the weekend, then maybe well, not the too high of a time frame, but maybe come up around, and then in the next couple days, between 2 to 4 days, we come back down. So early next week, you kind of come back down here. Could happen. Couple of yellow X's here on your 8 hour. These usually do bring you down more than they already have, so you got to be careful with those. For the bearish case, your 4 hour VWAP is curving downward. You did have that double bottom pattern. You came up a little bit here, but it looks like that may already played out, and you may start to curve down here. Also, money flow generally kind of coming up here, but it's a little choppy in these lower time frames. Not much to get out of there. And then money flow is starting to curve out down on your 10-minute. I think 10 to 15-minute money flow crossovers for a possible short position may be a good place to look. Never financial advice though. And this wick up here is a strong local top. So that's a place I'm looking to kind of set a stop loss around this area. Because if we break above that, that's going to kind of be more bullish in my opinion. Moving on to Ethereum, which definitely looks more bearish than Bitcoin overall. We've been on and off printing a red dot. Now it's not printing, but printing a red dot on your 16-day. I feel like if we just come down another $20, $30 for this, you're going to start printing a red dot in the 16-day. That's going to be a super bearish sign in my opinion, because it kind of nullifies, this green dot being the bottom. And this one, see how this marked the bottom? So now if you confirm a red dot here, it doesn't mark the bottom. It could also appear on your Heikens as well. In that amount of time, within the next 7 days, we have a while to wait for that. So that's what we got to really be careful with. Also, your 12-day, is printing a red dot while money flow is coming out. That looks extremely bearish. That's why I don't think the bottom is in. Your 10-day looks extremely bearish here. That's another reason why I do not think the bottom is in. In terms of money flow, we're kind of at this same area. You see how this red dot is right here, 60% downward. That would be a case to come down quite a bit here. 600, this range is a big place to look at. That's where you start to hit a lot of support when you come down that much. That's like a lot of support around there. So that's going to be a big place to look for a potential market cycle bottom. If we look at some of our lower time frames, just red dots across the board. For your 7-day and your weekly, for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, you had to come lower into the money flow than we've come so far to actually get to the bottom. So you got to come a bit lower. Once we come a bit lower, maybe every capitulation down this month, maybe October, then you come a lot lower. That would be a strong case to find the bottom. That'd be a strong case to have been bottomed out. Blood diamond confirmed on the 4-day, 6-day as well. Blood diamond's confirmed. It's lagging a little bit, but this could easily play out like this one. I don't think you're going to come down. What is it? 87%, but these are very bearish signs. 12-hour as well. Yellow X is confirmed on these high time frames. Typically is more bearish. Usually it comes down a lot. 2 of them confirmed here. 2 of them confirmed on your 10-hour. 2 of them confirmed on your 8-hour. 3 of them on your 5-hour. Look for another 1 or 2 of them. Then a bounce off one of these levels for possibly a long would be a good place to look for a long. Yellow X is everywhere. Coming up a little bit with money flow, so that's why I think you could be a little bit choppy, a little bit bullish over the weekend, possibly. I think it could get a little bit boring here. Just like Bitcoin, I think 10 to 15-minute money flow crossovers are going to be good places to look for a potential short here, especially with the kind of yellow X's, red dots appearing on the 3-hour, 4-hour, may get a red dot relatively soon. Maybe a nice short down this spiral line right here at about 1168. So yeah, guys, important announcement. I'm going to be moving over to Twitch for the live streams. Signed a deal with Twitch starting on October 1st. So follow my Twitch, link in the description below. Also, really good promo with BITGET. Few slots open for the first 10 people to get the promo I negotiated with BITGET. Really good promo. You do not have to deposit much to get the promo. Link in the description below. You can create a new account if you want, if you already have one, to get that promo. So check that out. All right, guys. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, that should be all. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.